Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Arina Manasikana with student number 213 of 4063. And in this video, I would like to presenting my summary and Q&A about 7 videos that I found in YouTube. And the first video is about summary about speech education changes the world by Shakira. The summary is Colombia's President Juan Manuel Santos has dedicated his first day of office to eradicating poverty through the power of education. As a Colombian citizen, inequality is a concept that suddenly one becomes very familiar with at a very young age. When Shakira was 8 years old, Shakira saw kids my age who, instead of being in school, were already working in the streets and were barefoot in the park. And when she was 18 years old, she knows that she wants to focus on children and improving their lives. So she decided to study the reasons why children were working in the streets or why some children were being recruited by the violent organization. To her, it became crystal clear that education was the surest way to give all these kids the best fighting chance of improving their circumstances in life. The aspect of speech in this video is the purpose of the speech. According to Sakira in her speech, education has the power to transform the world, so we should utilize it to its fullest potential. The speaker also challenges us in this speech to give every child the chance to receive a quality education for a better future. She persuades listeners to also take part in improving Colombia's rate of education, whether it's in quality and quantity aspect. The speaker in this video is Shakira, and the listeners are everyone at the stage and everyone who watched the video. Next question and answer. So the first question is what the video tell about. The speech in the video tells about education. Education can change the world. And the second question is who is Shakira? Shakira is the speaker and the speech video. She is a multi-talented singer who is also an amazing artist. The third question is what is Shakira ethnicity? And she is Colombian. The next question is high quality very important? The answer is yes, it is because high education could improve their lives and to evolve to be better. And the last question is who is the target of Shakira's speech? The target is some several religions who hasn't had education yet and it's supporting them to get a better education. Okay, I think enough for Shakira's speech, yeah. So the second video is about 10-minute history, the French Revolution and Napoleon. So the French Revolution was the period of social and political upheaval in France that lasted from 1789 to 1799. It began with the convocation of the Estates General, an assembly representing the three traditional estates of the realm: the clergy, the nobility, and the commoners. The third estate declared itself a national assembly and demanded more political power for the people. This led to a constitutional crisis between King Louis and the revolutionaries, which eventually resulted in his accession by Guillotine in 1793, and the reign of terror followed shortly after the fall of the monarchy, during which thousands of suspected counter-revolutionaries were executed without trial or due process. Eventually, Napoleon Bonaparte seized control of the government in 1799 and established himself as Emperor of France. He implemented further reforms such as codifying laws into one comprehensive code, the Napoleonic Code, and creating a centralized bureaucracy. Although it ended in military defeat for French at Waterloo in 1814, 15. The French Revolution had far-reaching consequences throughout Europe and beyond. Its legacy includes modern concepts such as democracy, nationalism, secularism, individual rights, and popular sovereignty, liberty, equality, fraternity, and human rights. During this time, there were several uprisings against oppressive government policies, including food shortages and high taxes. In addition, revolutionary fervor spread throughout Europe, inspiring other countries to revolt against their own monarchies. The French Revolution had far-reaching consequences both domestically and internationally. Domestically, it ushered in a new era of democracy and civil liberties, while internationally it helped spread ideas about freedom and self-determination across Europe. It also served as a catalyst for further revolution around the world, including those in Latin America and Haiti. Ultimately, the French Revolution changed not only French but also much of Europe's political landscape forever. Next, question and answer. So the first question is, what were the causes of the French Revolution? The answer is, the main causes of the French Revolution was the nation's debt, unequal taxation, and a weak political system. The second question is, who was the leader of the Jacobins during the French Revolution? The answer is, Maximilien Robespierre was the leader of the Jacobins during the French Revolution. The third question is, how did Napoleon Bonaparte come to power in France? Napoleon Bonaparte came to power in France through a coup d'etat in 1799. The next question is, what even marked the end of the reign of terror during the French Revolution? So the answer is, the fall of Maximilien Robespierre in July 1794 marked the end of the reign of terror during the French Revolution. And the last question is, what document established equality before the law for all citizens in France? The Declaration of the Rights of Man and Citizen, adopted by the National Assembly in August 1789, established equality before the law for all citizens in France. Okay, so I think enough for the second video. The next video is about Idol's speech in UNICEF. Okay, so in the occasion, the leader of BTS, Kim Namjoon, represented his group to conducting speech about Speak Yourself in UNICEF to support the launch of Generation Unlimited, a new global partnership to help every young generation as representatives of the young generation. BTS gave a speech with a heartwarming message for the youth in the world. They gave enthusiasm to achieve dream and love yourself. BTS launched the Love Myself campaign with UNICEF, building on their belief that true love first begins with loving myself. BTS have been partnering with UNICEF's anti-violence program to protect children and young people all over the world from violence, and their fans have become a major part of this campaign with their action and enthusiasm. After releasing the Love Yourself albums and launching the Love Myself campaign, they started to hear remarkable stories from their fans all over the world. How their message helped them overcome people's hardship in life and start loving themselves. The stories constantly remind of responsibility, no matter how many achievements he has obtained. He is just an ordinary who always make mistakes every day and then learn from those mistakes, hardships in life, and start loving themselves. The stories constantly remind of responsibility. And no matter who you are, where you are from, your skin colors, gender identity, just pick yourself. Next is Q&A. So, who delivered the speech at the UNICEF General Assembly? The answer is leader of BTS, Kim Namjoon. And the second question is, who is BTS? BTS is one of the boy band groups from South Korea. The third question is, what are the achievements that BTS has achieved? BTS is undeniable a group that has played a major role in globalizing K-pop. They have many achievements such as Grammy nomination, then one of nomination at the Billboard Awards, broke the world record as the most viewed music video in 24 hours, and much more. The next question is where the speech was conducted. The speech was conducted in United Nations 2018 General Assembly in New York. The last question is why did UNICEF invite BTS to deliver a speech? Because BTS already has many achievements at their young age, so they are expected to be able to give and encourage and motivate the younger generation and connect the generation. Okay, I think enough for the third video. So the next is the fourth video. It's about gratitude. The video about gratitude that I found in YouTube. So this video shows how important it is to be grateful. The teacher teaches his students the importance of being grateful. As we see in the video, the teacher asks the students to describe and tell the future about what they are grateful for in their life. During this Simon saying, we were all touched because it made us realize that even small things can have an impact on other people. From the video, I learned never to stop doing good and we must always be grateful. The Q&A session, the first question is what are Sarah grateful for? So she is grateful toward the tree because tree give us oxygen. And the second question is what is Rebecca grateful for? She is grateful for chocolate because chocolate make me happy. And the next question is what moral message do you get in the video? So we should always be grateful no matter how small it is. And the last question is can you tell me what you are grateful for? I think I am grateful to be my part in my family. I'm grateful to my parents. I'm grateful to my siblings because I just grateful to be part of my family. Okay, so I think enough for the fourth video, and the next video is okay. So we have conflicts and struggle from time to time, but I believe most of us crave for a different kind of life that includes meaning, connection, and happiness. But living this life and always being in this happy place is difficult. But this page is from Katarina Bloom. In her speech, she said, uh, "Living this life always being in this happy place is difficult. Happiness is something we make with our minds rather than something we seek. However, positive thinking alone will not get you there. Positive action is required because happiness is a skill that we can all learn and practice. According to a study conducted by Daniel Gilbert and Matthew Killingsworth, our minds wander 49% of the time we are awake, implying that our thoughts are automatic. They have their own life and can create happiness simply by controlling positive thinking. However, based on her definition of happiness, it makes sense to me why having positive thought will help kill all the sadness. Because happiness is a skill that we create with our minds rather than something we seek from something or someone else. It may appear that someone or something makes us happy, but we are not happy because of the person or things, but because we believe we are. We are happy because our minds create it after experiencing something positive in our life. Happiness is a mental process that produces momentary feelings. And however, I'm frequently stuck in the tuneless pursuit of more case, more protection, more comfort in life. But in the end, it makes me wonder, what am I pursuing? And more importantly, do I actually want what I'm going after? A sad reality of life is that most people will always compare themselves with someone else to see their own worth. Constantly focusing on gaining more things, building bigger business, getting more fame, all without realizing that outcome we pursued in the first place might be available to us today if we allow ourselves to see the world through a different lens. A lens through which we pursue the things that are most important to us is today rather than in 10 years. Stop deferring your life to the future because the truth is that no one is guaranteed to make it there. When we stop chasing the world's definition of happiness, we realize that the choice to experience happiness has always been right in front of us. Okay, the fifth video, I think, enough. And the next video is it's about a celebrity named Emma Watson who spoke in UN headquarters in New York, USA. She talked about gender equality, a topic that will always be discussed for many times. She stated that men from all over the world have decided to make gender equality a priority in their lives and in their universities. She felt grateful because men started to realize and make it their priorities in their life. She always dreamed to have the opportunity to fight for gender equality, so she took the ideas and experiences she had in her university into all of her social instruction, such like her workplace, her politics, and also all aspects in her life. She also talked about sexual violence, a topic that we aren't really aware about. She stated that safety of women minorities and anyone who may be vulnerable is a right and not a privilege. I agree that we should recognize when one person's safety is violated. Mm, everyone feels their own safety is violated, so she put expectation on students in university to expecting societies of true equality. She argued that universities have the power to be a vital catalyst for that change. In conclusion, she was very delighted to report on the progress and feel excited to hear what's next. I think enough to the sixth video and the last video. The last video is modern engineering focuses on rotating motors to power almost any machine. It has taken about 200 years for motors to become what they are today. The constant noise of machines causes problem for living beings everywhere, both in the ocean and also on land. Humans who are constantly exposed to noise can become stressed, depressed, and even develop tinnitus. In contrast, there are no relating motors in nature. Nature often smoothly glides, swims, or wiggles without the rattling of rigid parts of the loud rubbing of surfaces. I believe we can unsultry hold our approach to how we make machines. Our team of researchers at MIT and ETH Zurich has started to develop less destructive robots by introducing a new biomimetic way of moving through water. They created a biomimetic robotic fish. Her name is Sophie. She is the first demonstration of a fully untethered soft robot that can explore the ocean without the need for propellers. Sophie pumps water back and forth within a highly deformable tail. Her tail movement imitates the natural swimming motion of real fish. Shopee natural design allows her to closely monitor aquatic life. Shopee is energy hungry and loud. They successfully managed to build a robot that swims like a fish, but Shopee requires a motor and a pump to properly walk. Next to question and answer session. The first question is what machine that fellow Robert Kazman built? Robert Kazman built soft-bodied robot that mimic natural movement with immobile artificial limbs made of soft materials, more alive and able to discover unknown parts of the world. The second question is who is Robert Kazman? Robert Kazman is an assistant professor of robotics at ETH Zurich. Robert earned his diploma engineer in 2013 from the Karlsruhe Institute of Technology and his PhD in mechanical engineering in 2018 from the Computer Science and Artificial Intelligence Lab at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology in 2018. The next question is with whom Robert Kaufman developed his engine? The answer is with research teams at MIT and ETH Zurich. The fourth question is what kinds of robots did Robert and his team build? They created a biomimetic robot fish. Her name is Sophie. It was the first demonstration of a fully detached soft robot that could explore the oceans without the need for propellers. And the last question is, what engine should be replaced so that it becomes quiet and not noisy? They replace it with silent artificial muscles. These muscles are called hustle. They directly and efficiently convert electrical energy into muscle contraction. Okay, I think enough my representing about the 7 video that I have found in YouTube, the summary, the Q&A session, and the aspect of speech. Thank you so much for your beautiful eyes. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.